Hello and welcome to the 7th lecture, which is the second lecture of section 2. In this lecture, we'll speak about page types. So besides all the other information that you have in an Eplan project, an Eplan project contains individual page types. An example of a page type can be a schematic, can be a panel layout drawing, and can be a report. These page types can be separated from each other using structure identifiers. So in the previous lecture, you have seen that we created some structures. Like this one here, we have the functional assignment, we have the functional designation, and we also have the installation site. So you can separate your pages using structure identifiers. So to open the page navigator, to access the page navigator, you can click on View, and you can just click on Open underneath Navigators, and you can click on Pages. If you can see it, it's grayed there. It means that Navigator is currently open, and the other ones, they're not really grayed. That means they're not yet open. So if you click on one of them, it will be grayed next to that icon. So it will show that it's open. And there's two ways that you can view your page type navigators. So you can view them via Tree View, and you can also view them via List View. Tree View is the most common one. It's the most used one because it shows some icons next to the page descriptions. As you can see, there's an icon there, and there's also an icon there for the installation site with a plus. Whereas with the list view, it doesn't show any icons. So you'll have to read the different tabs. Like this one is called functional assignment, the location designation, page name, page type, and so forth. You'll have to read the descriptions that's written at the top in order to understand which page is which. So I prefer the tree view, and I know most people prefer the tree view as well. It's a best choice, as I said, because it has some icons that you can actually differentiate which structure identifier you are sitting on. So Eplan also allows you to sort out your pages according to structure identifiers. So maybe say, for example, you want to view the installation sites as the first pages, and you want to maybe view the mountain location as the last pages. You can be able to sort this out. You can do that by going to File, then going to Settings. Then when you're on Settings, you click on the Projects. You don't click on User, Workspace, or Company. You click on Projects. Then you click on your own project, which is the name that you wrote down for your project. Then you go to Display, and underneath Display, you go to Tree Structure Pages. And right here, you can see the different structure identifiers. So you can sort out your pages according to that. I would leave it like this because this is how it's mostly convenient to view your pages. So I'll just click OK, and I'll leave it like that. Eplan also offers a lot of page types, each with a specific purpose. So you can create a new page. To create a new page, you just right click and you click on New. And right here, you can create a new page. So at the bottom here, underneath Properties, you have the property name, you have the value, and also at the top here, you have the full page name, which follows the structure identifier, and then you have a / and that 2. That 2 means page 2. You can change it if you want to create maybe a page 100 and so forth. Then the second one, you have a page type, which means that currently, because you're creating a new page before a title page type, therefore it will by default select page type as a new page that you want to create. So you can change this by just clicking on that drop down arrow and selecting whichever page type that you want. There's also more page types by clicking on that 3 dots, and there's more page types that you can select from. So you can select whichever page type that you prefer. So for example, we can create a schematic multi-line page type, and we'll create it on page 100, and we'll give it a description and say schematic multi-line. So you can give it that page name, and then you can click OK, and therefore you have created a new page. So you have created a new page, and what Eplan offers, it offers you the plot frame, so you can do your schematics within this plot frame. So even though when you create a new page, there's different page types that you can select from, the big difference is whether the page created or needed by you is logical or graphical. So basically, a logical page contains logical information and cross-reference can be made in that page. And then usage is mostly for when you're creating a PNID or when you're creating a schematic multi-line or a single line schematic. And then you also get the graphical, which has no logical information and it's just graphics. So it's just maybe rectangles, you're creating a mounting plate, you're not referencing anything that's logical. So you can create one in a graphic type of view, or you can create it in a panel layout type of view. Usually we create the mounting plate using the panel layout page type, and then we use the graphic page type to create certain graphics or certain demonstration in terms of machine and hardware and system. Also, Eplan differentiates between different pages by whether the page can be edited or whether the page is automatic. So commonly with your reports, if I just click there, with your reports like your plug diagram or your summarized parts list, it's usually a report, so it's an automatic page. And then usually with your schematic multi-line and schematic single line, they are pages that can be edited, so it differentiates between those two as well. So I'll just click cancel there. You can also change the description at any point within the project. At any point you can change the page description, and usually and commonly the page description will appear at the bottom there. So as you can see, this page description is schematic multi-line, and the page number usually will appear there. And it says within this project, there's only 2 pages. So you currently viewing page 2 of 2, and you can go to the title page, and the title page is page 1, and you currently viewing page 1 of 2, and it tells you here that the next page is page 100. So it also tells you here that the total number of pages within this project, it's 2 pages. And it also tells you here the page description is title page. So if I change the page description there and I say it's cover sheet, it will change it there to cover sheet. And if I create another page, maybe I'll create page 200. And I say OK, and I go back to the cover page. It shows you that the total number of pages now, I have 1, 2, 3. So you have total number of pages is 3, and you can also see it here, it's 3. And then if you go here to this page, you can see that the next page is page 200, which is correct. So you can do that. And Eplan also allows you to change your pages. So maybe you have a big project with many pages, and you want to number them from page 1 to page 100, or from page 1 to the last page. So you can do that by just selecting all the pages. So I'll select these 3, for example. It's the only pages that we have in this project. I'll select these 3 and I'll just number them. So I'll click on number. Then I'll say start from, which is the starting number, which currently it is page 1, but you can change it maybe to say the starting number is page 1000, and I want to increment by 20. So it will go from 1000 to 1020, then 1040, 1060, and so on. So you can do that. You can change your page numbers as well. So I'll just click OK, and it will bring up this window. And this window will ask me if all the details that I entered here in terms of structure identifiers, do I want them to still be the same? Do I want to change them? So you are able to change them by saying maybe you want to go to station 6. You don't want it to be at station 1 anymore. You can change them like that. And you can also just double click on that one and just copy, and just double click on that one and just hit paste. So maybe you have a lot of pages and you can just do one that's correct and then just paste on the other ones. So you can be able to do that. And then it tells you that the new pages will be page 1000, page 1020, page 1040. If you have many pages, it will tell you what the new page number will be. Once you have done that and you're happy with the target, you can just click OK. And then the page numbers will be changed to different pages. So you can also create another new page and maybe say this page I want it to be a panel layout, and maybe I want it to be page 4000, and I'll just click OK. So you can see that the panel layout has a different graphic, the title page has a different graphic, and you can see that there's a little thing that looks like a blue snowball, or it's like a star. That means that this page is frozen and cannot be changed in the reports. But we'll get to that in a later stage when we speak about reports and freezing of reports. So you can create many pages as well. You can create another page in a different structure. So say that you want to create another page 1000. Eplan won't allow you to create another page like that because it already exists. But maybe you want to create it in a different structure. You want to create another page 1000 in station 1. Eplan will be able to allow you to do that. You can create another page 1000 in a different structure identifier. So I've created a page 1000 there. I've created another page 1000. So you can do that for various structure identifiers. Maybe if you want to create another one and I want it to be a graphic, and I'll just click on those 3 dots, a new window, which is the full page name, will appear. I also want it to be page 1000, and I want it to be maybe in the press shop. Maybe it's a signal that we're receiving from the press shop, so we want to display that in our project. So we'll just create another page 1000. And maybe from the press shop, we're receiving it from station 10 that's in the press shop. Or just click OK. And maybe we have a location designation for that. And maybe the location designation, it's a PLC. So we're receiving a signal from a PLC that's in station. Just make sure in station 10, we don't have station 10, but then I'll create a PLC that's in station 5. And I'll click OK, and I'll say maybe it's in the power distribution panel 010, just for demonstration. Then I'll just click OK, and now we have the full page name being displayed there. Then I've created a new page, which is a graphic, so I'll give it a description of saying it's a graphic layout. And then I'll just click OK. Then Eplan will create a new page, which is in a different structure identifier compared to the previous pages that we created. So that's how you can create many pages with different structure identifiers. You can use your structure identifiers to your advantage to create various page types. So we will use different page types to also create our ground schematics, to create our network layout, and also to create our mounting enclosure in 2D. So we'll use different page types. So before concluding this video, I'll just delete these pages. So I'll just delete them by selecting them and just going to delete, and yes, delete all of them. So if you say yes, just yes, and not yes to all, it will prompt you again. Do you want to delete the second one? Do you want to delete the third one? And then it will delete all of them. So you can just say yes to all and it deletes all of them at once. So I'll just click that one, and I'll just click that one as well, and just delete those. Yes to all. It only prompts you once. Then that's deleted. And I'll just move this page. So I'll just go to properties and move it back to the structure identifier, which is station 1. Click OK, click OK, and I'll just move it back to page 1 and just click OK. So in the next few lectures, when we start creating schematics, we start doing the project design, we'll create more pages, and the pages that we create will be in station 1 and they will follow this cover page. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next lecture.